Before we get started, you will need to update your journal table of contents. You will add entry for 0106 rapid changes on page 26. You have about 1 minute to add this to your table of contents. If you need more time, you can pause the video. After you have updated your table of contents, you will also need to set up page 26 with 4 boxes of rapid changes. You will make 4 boxes on page 26. The first box you should write landslides. Box number 2 you will write earthquakes. Box number 3 you will write volcanoes. In box number 4 you will write flood. You have about 1.5 minutes to add this into your journal. If you need more time, you can pause the video. Good morning, 4th grade. Today we are going to be exploring different types of natural disasters that cause rapid changes in our Earth. In the past, we have learned about weathering and erosion. Weathering and erosion, we have learned, usually change the Earth's surface little by little when rocks rub against each other or rocks are able to move. Weathering and erosion takes millions of years to create different landforms. Most of the times, we don't really see weathering and erosion happening in nature. However, there are different types of changes that can change the Earth's surface very quickly. For example, one of them is a volcanic eruption. We talked about a volcanic eruption like Mount St. Helens and how that changed its environment. Today we're going to be exploring other types of natural disasters that can change the Earth's surface. Our focus question for today is, what event can change the Earth's surface quickly? We are going to be looking at the different types of events that can change the Earth. I'm going to show you pictures of each different type of event. We're going to do a gallery walk where I show you pictures of these different types of occurrences. While we look at these pictures, I want you to use your eyes to observe and write down in your journal what you notice. Also, when you are noticing, I want you to use your brain and make some inferences. What do these pictures make you think? And as well, what questions do you have as you look at these pictures? Does it make you wonder? The first type of land occurrence is landslides. Observe these pictures and write down in your journal in box 1 what you notice about these landslides. Picture number 1 shows us a landslide in a national park in Canada. It shows what happens when the rocks began to slide off the mountain. Picture number 2 shows us the largest landslide in California, which happened in 1989. It caused a lot of the rock material to fall down. Picture number 3 shows us a landslide that happened near a river. It caused lots of rocks to fall down, and it knocked down many different trees. Now, picture number 4 is a landslide that also occurred in California in 1989. This landslide was caused by an earthquake, which caused an earthquake we will be learning about next. Following the earthquake, it caused the land to shake and the rock areas slid down. Notice how in landslides, it causes the rocks to fall from a high location to fall down. I'm going to give you guys a couple more seconds if you want to add anything else that you notice in box number 1. Right now in your journal on page 26 in box 1 for landslides, make sure you add that landslides are rocks falling from a high location to a low area. And also add a picture. I did my best to draw a mountain with rocks falling down. Do your best. Another type of event that can cause a rapid change is an earthquake. Like we learned in the previous slide, earthquakes can cause lots of change to the earth. In picture 1, this is what happened. This is what an earthquake created. It created like a crack in the middle of the earth following an earthquake. This was in Utah. In picture number 2, we see what was caused after an earthquake in 1976. It caused the land to shake, that it made these fields that were straight fields of different plants. It caused the fields to shift and kind of go into like a curve. Picture number 3 shows a similar of what happened following an earthquake in California, and how the areas and how the area was affected and buildings were knocked down, and we even noticed how the sidewalk is kind of like cracked. And we also noticed in picture number 4 This was from another earthquake in California in 1989. The earthquake caused the land to develop different cracks throughout the area. Earthquakes can be dangerous as they affect how the earth looks from the different shaking that occurs underground. It can make mountains or different areas move from one location to another. Now for box number 2 on page 26 for earthquakes. Make sure that you add that earthquakes are shaking of the ground that makes rocks either rise or drop. It can make a mountain move downward into a different location. I drew a picture of a mountain after an earthquake, causing it a crack to form in the middle. I gave you guys a minute and 30 seconds to add this to page 26, but remember you can always pause the video if you need more time. Third type of event that can cause a rapid change are volcanic eruptions. We have talked about volcanic eruptions and how the lava and the ash can change the land. Volcanoes that you see in this picture are pictures of active volcanoes in Indonesia. These volcanoes are constantly erupting. In picture 2, it shows us lava that is flowing from a mountain that is flowing from a volcano in Hawaii. Notice how this lava flows out, and as it gets dry, it turns into rock. When the lava comes out of the mountain, it turns into hard rock, and that is how different volcanoes continue to form. Picture 3 shows us this is a picture of Mount St. Helens, and this is what the volcanic eruption of 1982 looked like. See how the lava is erupting and flowing down all this side. Then we have picture number 4. This is a view of volcanoes in Lake Oregon, and this volcano is a volcano that is not active, so it is extinct. And this volcano that has erupted in the past has created like this mini island in the middle of the lake. We are now adding to box number 3 on page 26 about volcanoes. Remember to add that volcanoes create mountains by bringing new rock to the surface by its explosions of lavas. And add a picture of a volcano. Remember to pause if you need more time. Another type of event that can cause rapid changes on the earth is floods. We look at picture 1. This is a road that was completely washed out by a big amount of water that was caused by rain, lots of rain, and it completely broke off the road, even the ramp. It just completely broke it off. Picture number 2 shows us what happened in California, where a flash flood occurred with lots of water filled the area, and it completely took out streets and lots of tree area. Another example we can see in picture 3, a road. This road was completely ruined by lots of water caused a flood, making it impossible to get from one point to the other. And the same is noticed in picture 4. You may think and look at these areas that they look like a lake, but no, these are actual streets in different states that, because of floods, with lots of rainwater, it caused the area to overfill with water, and it changed the land. When floods occur, it moves the earth material from one place to another, and it moves the soil, which can either be helpful or not so helpful for the soil. We will now add to the last box on page 26 about floods. Floods are when lots of water move earth material from one place to another. It can be helpful or cause damage to the soil. I drew a picture of a lot of water floods covering an area. Do your best to show me your flood picture.